Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, we are live. So welcome to our Sunday show. We're doing a show every Sunday at 9 a.m. I'm a little late today, I had some technical difficulties. But the purpose of this show is to help teach you guys about estate sales. We get a lot of questions. We get a lot of questions from potential clients, from customers, from friends, from family, and we would really love to start showing you everything about what we do. So that's why we're doing this show every, what day is it? It's Sunday at 9 a.m., 9:08 today. Is to just bring you guys, what we're doing. I'm gonna try to watch on here and see if we get any comments. I'm not absolutely positive on exactly what to do. We're also on a couple other platforms this morning. We're on YouTube. We're also on Periscope. I've never used Periscope, so I don't even have that on my radar. But good morning. There's a few people live. That's great. We're just gonna go through and answer some questions about estate sales. All right, so I've been doing a little bit about myself. My name is Siepierski. I started this company, it's been about 10 years that I've been doing estate sales. I started the company in 2011, and ever since then, just kind of blown up, trying to do the best job that we can. We started the company because back in those days, there wasn't a lot of great estate sale companies. There is a lot of great estate sale companies out there now, and there's a lot of great people doing estate sales. I know that some companies stress the fact that everyone's going to do you wrong or going to screw you over, and that's how they get their business. And I think that's sad because they just have this critical mindset about the industry, and it's not okay because there is several amazing companies in the Detroit metro area doing estate sales that are really trying to do a great job. Really trying to excel at every aspect, and then there's people in every industry that are not going to be so hot. Same thing around the country. One of my largest or biggest successes in this business was meeting other estate sale company owners from other cities, and so I've had a chance to work with many other companies from Los Angeles to Indianapolis, to Kansas City, to Chicago, Texas, Dallas, to Washington D.C., Georgia, Florida. I love these people. They're the best thing in the world, and they've helped me so much. So if they are on here as well, I will. I'll go over some of those companies. If you're in another area and you don't know which company to use, if you're in a big metropolitan area, then we probably know the best company in that area. And not to say that there is a best. Every situation is different. So you're gonna find that for your situation, one company might not work. So even with us, there's a lot of sales that we can't do. Even because they're too small, they don't have enough stuff. So we do offer other options. When somebody doesn't have enough for an estate sale, we offer clean out options. And then, we'll offer auction placement if that's necessary, if there's items there that should go to auction. One other thing before we get started here is that there's a fan that I can't figure out how to turn off. So that's gonna kick on, and I'm sorry about that. But, so welcome to the Aaron's Estate Sales Truth About Estate Sales. So I labeled this, if you'll see on YouTube and other channels, you'll see, hi Camla, we love you too. So I just like that. So if you're on here, comment. Just comment, share. Actually, that's what I forgot to do. I'm gonna share right now this feed so other people can hopefully see it. It might help them with something. Let's see. That's not gonna work. All right, well. all good. So, I forgot where I was, but basically we've been doing estate sales for 10 years. We do about 100 estate sales a year, which means we do 2 to 4 a week, ranging between that. This past week we had 1, the week before we had 3. This coming up week I think we have 2 or 3 estate sales. We operate in the Metro Detroit area. We are working on expanding into other areas right now. So please feel free to, if you're interested in doing estate sales, contact us because we're working on a licensee or a franchise program where we can actually teach you and train you our methods to be able to go into a marketplace and help families. Like I said, this company was built off of doing a better estate sale, doing a better, and I'm not saying that other people don't do good estate sales, but bringing the professionalism up, bringing the estate sale industry into the 21st century, huge part of why we've been so successful. We do things that no other company does, like barcode our estate sales, other things of that nature. Just depends on the services that a client needs. So we have a list of services. If you or someone that you know needs an estate sale, please feel free to go to aaronsestatesales.com or call 248-915-8888, and we'd be happy to help you. We have a few questions today that we're going to answer, and they're really good. I like them a lot. And like I said, if you are seeing this feed, then share it with your friends. There's 4 people live. That's great. Oh, cool. I didn't know I could press that. So maybe I'll be able to see. Awesome. Yeah, like, comment, share. That's all I ask. All right, cool. So the first question is, what happens when we come out to your home for a free consultation? So that's a question that we get all the time because obviously people don't want to waste their time. They don't want to waste our time. They want to know what we're going to do when we come out. Are we going to sit and like write every item down and appraise every single item in the whole house on that consultation? Are we just going to walk through? Like, what's the deal? So the answer to that question is a free consultation is when somebody thinks they need an estate sale. They have a family member who's passed, they're downsizing, they have a whole household worth of things to sell. And for us, we like to come out to the home and see what's there because you never really know. People can say, yeah, I have this amazing stuff, or I don't think I have enough. And either way, like there's been situations where we have found amazing things. So we have to go and see what's, that scared me. That's crazy. That is gonna be hilarious on the screen. Oh, I take that off. So I put everything on silent and then my watch wanted to start talking to me. And cool. So on a consultation, we go through and we will walk through the house with you. So we walk in, we say we'd like to see what's here, see what's for sale, see what's not for sale. And then we would love to sit down with you, go over our service, how we might be able to help, and anything that we can do for you. And then our fees, structures, everything, how we operate. So that is the purpose of the consultation, is to go through and see if there's enough for an estate sale, see how much work it's going to take to do the estate sale, see what type of location it's in, what the parking is like. There's a lot of different considerations when taking an estate sale that we want to make sure that we have under control. So it's not really good enough to just call us and then say, yeah, let's have an estate sale. Like obviously you want us to come out, you want to meet us, you want to see how we operate. We go through our whole presentation. We have a folder that we bring you with our contract, insurance, our clean out contracts, all of our fee structures, a brochure, a timeline, and a complete timetable of every single thing that'll happen. That's what this is actually, is a timetable of every single step on an estate sale. So from the free consultation all the way to the payout, a client will know exactly what's happening at every single point. So we want to go over that with you so that you feel confident in our team and what we're going to do. Also to set an expectation so that you know exactly what's going to happen. Some people don't understand the amount of work we do. Some people think that we're going to do a ton more work. But on that consultation, we're just looking to see what type of items are there. And then to see if there's enough. Also, we'll help with some antiques. We'll let you know like what an item is. We're not there to appraise everything at that point in time, unfortunately. That's something that happens in our pricing process. which is after the setup process. So we set up our homes, then we price everything, then we do the advertising, then we run the estate sale. So that's our consultations. It's usually about a 25-minute process to 30 minutes. I've had consultations that last an hour when there's a lot of different questions, a lot of different things to go through, the situation's a little meatier, so you never really know. But I would say that most consultations are about 25, 30 minutes. So that's a great question, thank you. We have another question here. It's what happens when your team comes into my home? That's a client question. Like, what happens when, sorry, we have a top fan, Sarah. How are you, Sarah? Hey, Rahul. Thank you guys for joining. If you guys can press the like button, and if you see this feed and notice me jump when my wife started talking to me, don't make fun of me too hard, but welcome to this feed. So the next question is, what happens when your team comes into my home? How many people come in? What do you guys do? Where do I go? What do I do? That's the type of question that we get asked a lot. What happens when your team, meaning our team, comes into our clients' homes? So the answer to that is that once we have an estate sale, once we schedule an estate sale, usually we put a date on the board for the estate sale weekend. So if that's on a Friday, Saturday, or a Saturday, Sunday, we're getting into that home Monday morning. What happens that Monday morning is that we bring a trailer, drop it off in the driveway. This has all of our supplies in it: tables, display cases, cash out, shelving, holding shelves, things like that, tablecloths, shoe covering, everything you could imagine that you need to have an estate sale. So they bring that in, and then sorry, I was just looking at the screen, seeing everyone comment. That's cool. So then our team comes in, about 4 to 5 people come into the home, and they go through systematically and display everything. They go through every inch of the household. They take everything out and display it like a store. So part of that process is, as you're taking everything out of all the cupboards, all the cabinets, all the drawers, everything, is that we start a trash pile of things that shouldn't be sold. Old papers, just, you could imagine after 50, 60 years of stuff that we have to separate some of the non-sellables. So that's what the team does first. They go through, organize everything throughout the entire home. The next step is, once that is 100% complete, then they go through and they start the pricing. The team starts pricing while one of our team members, who's a photographer, goes around and does all the photography for the estate sale. They take 100 to 200 photos. Sometimes it's 300 to 400 photos. We've had sales that have up to 1,500 photos. Just depends on how much stuff there is there. But the purpose is to communicate the volume of the sale in our advertising. So the team goes through the sale. They're pricing at that point. They're managed by a pricing manager. As they're going through, they work as a team so that they can price things correctly, and they can check each other's pricing, and then that pricing manager checks and makes sure that everything is kosher. And so after they price, they do the photography, they set up the cash out, they vacuum sweep, make sure everything is ready to go for the estate sale. Then they put up our signage everywhere, more this way, more downstairs, check out the garage. If things are still in drawers, they'll put open signs so that it's like, hey, open me, there's more stuff inside. Things like that, so that it's heavily controlled process. When a person comes into a home, we want to control the sales cycle. So we want to let them know, hey, go down here, hey, go to the garage, do you need help with anything? So the purpose of the setup is really to make the sale run as smoothly as possible. And that means everything needs to be priced to the best extent possible. All the things need to be pulled out. Everything needs the right price. So after the setup is done, the pricing's done, the cash out, the signage, the advertising is online, we go through and we do one more quality control check with myself on each sale. So what that is I meet our production director out there, and we go through the entire home. We have a checklist of everything that we check, from prices to setup. I mean, we even, I check under the beds and the dishwasher to make sure nothing was forgotten. even in the dryer, like you just never know. So that's a process that we go through on every sale to make sure that quality control is correct. And at that point, we correct a lot of prices because not everyone knows everything. No one will ever know anything. I won't ever know anything. But that's the great part about having a great team that's very diverse in what they know, so we can cover the majority of objects that you might find in an average home. And rare items and antiques and collectibles as well. So that's huge. That's a great question. What happens when your team comes into my home? And that's what happens. We go through and we set up. It's a very, very fast process. The team comes in there and they do not play around. They just go, and set up and get it done because there's other houses that they have to work on. There's other jobs. We want to make sure that that job is as complete as possible. So that's ready for sale. So the next question is, let me just check on here really quick. Thank you, Lisa Stout, for liking our video. That is so awesome. We have 4 likes. We just need a bunch more likes. Sarah Overs, thank you so much. Gons, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that name right, but you are awesome. Thank you so much for sharing or for liking this, and feel free to share. It's been a morning of like technical difficulties and things like going awry, so thank you guys for sticking in. And we have 8 people live now. We really want this to be an informative process for people that may need to have an estate sale or customers trying to go to an estate sale. How do I go to an estate sale? How do I get a number? Things like that. So we're gonna do these every Sunday at 9 a.m. And if you or someone you know needs to have an estate sale, just go to Aaron at aaronsestatesales.com or 248-915-8888. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. The next question is, how do we promote or advertise our estate sales? And this is a great question, and a lot of companies won't answer all these questions because they are like trade secrets. So this is how we do things. But I would rather tell everyone so that if somebody else wants to use an advertising method that we use, well, more power to them, and then they help their clients more, you know? So I hope that other estate sale companies also watch this and get something out of it. So how to promote or advertise. So like I said, during the setup process, we go through and take a ton of photos. Alongside of the photos, we also do a massive description of everything that was in the home. So we'll go through the kitchen and we'll say, KitchenAid mixer, Le Creuset pots and pans, All-Clad, whatever it is. We'll make those brands and we'll make those descriptions, and what that does is it acts as a treasure tracker. So on estatesales.net, there's a feature called Treasure Tracker, and when you have a large description like that, if a person who's looking for those items has entered that in as their treasure, then they'll get an email regarding that. So it's not good enough just to post photos online. You really want a really in-depth description of everything that's in the home. I'm just gonna look right here for a second. Lisa Stout says, I love your sales. We love you coming to our sales. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We love our customers so much when they come, like the meetings that we have every single morning at our office is about customer service, selling, pushing the revenue numbers up for our clients, and service. Really, when a person comes into our estate sale company, we want it to be like an experience they've never experienced before. And I know, I'm sorry, I just got sidetracked through this comment, but I think it shows when people come to our sales and they're like, wow, I love your sales, I love your sales. That's created like by us. We're creating that effect on our customers by doing a great job, having an amazing customer service attitude, and we will do anything for you type of attitude. Like, we are here to service our customers, which always turns into more revenue for our clients. And that's the most important thing, is that that revenue is up for our clients and that our customers have an amazing sale to go to, an amazing experience. So we are about to have a ton of sales right before and right after Thanksgiving and throughout December, right before Christmas. So if you are ever thought about like shopping at estate sales for Christmas, you should do it. It's awesome. People do it all the time. They get killer things. They get things that they cannot find at stores, and they get them for reasonable prices. So shop estate sales. Also, if you or someone you know needs an estate sale, go to aaronsestatesales.com or call 248-915-8888. We were answering a question. I got super sidetracked. how to promote or advertise an estate sale. So the descriptions, the photos, massively important, estatesales.net, but then there's also so many other websites. There's estatesales.org, estatesale.com, there is garagesale.org, you know, there's all these different sites, there's Craigslist, there's Facebook Marketplace, there's all these different points, and it is super important to be on all of them. Sort of like we're having this cast right now, and it's on YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, but it needs to be on Instagram. It needs to be other places. You need to be everywhere because that's how you get the most people. So that's super necessary to promoting and advertising an estate sale. Also on every single one of those communication lines, like putting as many photos and as much description as possible, giving people as much data as possible. Super important. So then there's Facebook with the largest social media following of any estate sale company in Metro Detroit. We get a ton of action. We post all of our sales there. We also do Instagram, other social media. We do videos on YouTube for specific sales, and that's a part of our advertising method. So if someone has a luxury home, we'll bring in a videographer, and they'll do a video walkthrough for that home. That's huge because when there's, you know, when you advertise 250 to 300 mile radius around a location, you really want to show people what is in that home. So that's super important. There's also email list. One of the things I was going to say about promoting and advertising is it doesn't make any sense to promote, advertise, and do all of these things that you're doing, put on the sale. Doesn't make any sense to go through the home, set it all up, spend all your time and energy, do all your payroll, everything, to not have estate sale signs. So estate sale signs, estate sale signs, estate sale signs. I cannot stress it enough. I see estate sales that have one sign. I saw it this weekend, a massive estate sale right on Telegraph. I saw one sign for it, and it should have had 50, you know? So, and 50 is a little extreme, I'm just exaggerating, but for every home that we walk into, we want at least 20 signs. We usually get up to 25 to 30 out. And that's how you get the normal traffic for an estate sale, is letting people in the area know that it's happening. And also, when there's so much signage that it makes it undeniable. People just see it over and over again. They'll pass it and they'll say, well, I might go later. And then they see another sign. So they're like, okay, let's do this. So that's madly important. It's something that took me a few years. Like, we always had estate sale signs, and they always cost so much money. Every estate sale company complains about how much estate sale signs cost, but we found a cheap way to do it, and so we just multiplied it. We just went and we ordered like 100 signs every 2 or 3 months so that we have enough for our sales. Hugely important. And that's what I have for the questions, promoting and advertising. So if you or someone you know needs an estate sale, I'm going to keep pitching this because we would love to help. Go to aaronsestatesales.com, call 248-915-8888. Karen would be happy to help you. We are also hiring, knowledgeable staff. We're hiring people for sales. We're hiring people for outbound calling. We're hiring people for admin right now. We are expanding. We want to go from 20 staff to 50, relatively quickly. Our goal for this following year is to go from 100 estate sales to 1,000. 100 to 1,000. That was the right number. Cool. We do about 100 to 125 sales a year right now. We want to take that to 1,000. We have a training program that we bring all of our staff through, and they actually do training every single morning of every single day. And then they meet here at the office, and we go through. We have a success meeting every single day, and then they start on their day. There's different managers that control different aspects, but we're really looking for talented, amazing, enthusiastic people. We're not looking for anyone who has too many problems or they're just downtown. We're looking for people that want to win and to have success. And so if you know anyone, you can send them our way. We really are we're going to do the 1,000 sales next year. So that means by the end of December, we have to hire a ton of amazing people. We have a great process for hiring. When someone comes in and we pick amazing people, they have to pass the background check. We're working at people's homes. So it's super necessary that they're not also they can't be hurting for money. They got to be motivated and ready to win. So let us know. Like I said, aaronsestatesales.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We've won awards for estate sales. We've done some massive estate sales. We do estate sales from $5,000 in gross revenue all the way up to $250,000 in gross revenue. And I mean, it was really like 255 that sale, but everywhere in between, every single week, we'll do a sale, you know, next week that'll make 9,000, and we'll do a sale next week that'll make 30,000. And so we like to help. We want to help everyone. And so sometimes, you know, we can and sometimes we can't. So we'd love to go out and see the home, do a walkthrough, show you what our process is and how we can help. That's all I have for today. I think that we're running about the 22-minute timeline. Thank you guys for checking this video out. And then thank you if you're watching this later on. I know that it was live and that it won't be live after it's done. But I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's what I got. My name is Aaron Siepierski. I own Aaron's Estate Sales. We operate in Michigan, in Detroit metro area. We also do Ann Arbor, Flint, and we're expanding. We're also going into other cities is a major thing that we're doing. So we're bringing this video to you so that we can be transparent and show you who we are, what we do, how we do it. So if you have any questions for me, my email is aaron@aaronsestatesales.com. You can always email me. Feel free, I'll always get back to you. You can also, if you know someone that needs an estate sale, you can call 248-915-8888 and let us know. We'll just tell us your situation and we'll walk you through the process. That's what I got. Thank you guys so much for spending the morning with me. This is sweet.